leave his bed because he know he have a mighty work to do for the nation. Bless every single one, oh God. Bless him and his co-workers. Remember those who far away. Remember them, the diaspora. Remember those who is going to work. Help them, oh God. Carry them through, oh God, Father. Help them, they never faint or worry and faint on the way. Bless them, oh God, and take them to the safe destination. Father, this morning, you taught me to say when you pray, that you will say, our Father, who art in heaven, hallowed be thy name. Thy kingdom come. That will be done on us as it is in heaven. Give us this day our daily bread, and forgive us our trespasses, as we forgive those who trespass against us. And lead us not into temptation, but deliver us from all evil. For thy is the kingdom, the power, and the glory, forever and ever. We say amen, amen, and amen. Good morning to Kwame. Kwame, good morning to you. Good morning to you, Miss Jacob. God bless you all. Amen. Good morning, Mr. Donald. Have a wonderful day.
You too, Matt.
Praise
Take
God.
care.
Bye-bye.
All right,
Bye.
bye. Yeah, that's not written in the script. No, not just one. But you know, people get hit for things that are not written in the script. Ask Chris Rock, he tell you, he was rocked because he didn't follow the script. I keep telling y'all, life is a script. If you ain't follow the script, you won't get hit like Chris Rock. All right. Good morning, Grenada. Good morning. Do you know, oh, by the way, yeah, Carl is here. Oh, stop by this morning. Up in Bridgin, I say, you realize that, Putting you up now. Good morning, Bridgin.
Where do I start? First things first.
I don't know what is first for you.
Happy birthday.
Whose birthday is
Happy
it?
birthday to Andre Donald.
You kind of have it wrong.
Well, kinda is not wrong.
You kind of have it wrong.
So, bro, more life.
Today,
Whether today or
birthdays,
tomorrow.
Well, 2 birthdays. 48 hours. Yeah. I'm on different.
Well, is that guru? You know, ordinary.
Different, yeah, they're different.
So I take
48 hours.
So I take it in front.
You should have, if you wanted to take in front, you should have called since a minute after.
I mean, after when?
After 12.
No, I don't go in a romance. If I had to call the evening and the morning that day, I should call it after sunset. But we still within that day because the sun no set yet. The sunset to sunset.
No.
So I still within the day.
No, then that should have been sunset yesterday.
But sunset don't happen today yet.
Yeah, but sunset.
So we're still in that same day. Man, take your compliment. Bless birthday to you. Birthday to you. As they say, may you live to see a lot more because we have a lot of miracles and memories to make. So you have to be around in a long time. And although I know you ask the ancient of this to live till you're gray and you start to get gray, I asking him to have you around till you're very gray. You're a man like you don't do well with compliments, I don't know.
Landon Jane says, good morning to you, Carl Caton. She says,
Morning.
Master Carl.
Morning, Landon.
Kenneth
Jane.
Joseph said, good morning, Master Carl. Errol Bonaparte said, good morning, sir. So I guess he's speaking to you.
Watch.
And Harvey says, I like this one. Morning, Mr. Donald. That's what Ann Harvey said.
So, Ann, you begin me up last.
You ain't get.
I don't get big up from Ann?
No.
Damn.
Morning,
Shakalak.
Mr. Donald and Real FM family.
Shakalak.
Right? Vanessa Lalji says, Mr. Donald, Master Carl again. Wilma Benjaminite. Benjamite. Says, good morning, guys. Okay, who else? Hey, at 12 minutes after 7,
Yeah.
somebody said, morning, Master Carl. And they put an arrow like Cupid
Who did that?
And Harvey that do that. You want to know, I'm telling you. But you don't want to know everybody business.
So Cupid draw back the book.
Cupid
And let the arrow fly.
straight to my heart. Good morning, Drumsticks. How you doing?
Hello, good morning. I'm good.
You alright?
Yep.
Talk to me, dear.
Good morning to you. Good morning to the nation. Good morning to Salawat. Good morning.
Morning.
I read from the Word of God, Revolution chapter 22, verse 16. I, Jesus, have sent my angel to testify unto you. These things is in the churches. I am the root and I of the spring of David. And I bring an morning star. And the spirit of the bride says, come, and let him take herein. Come, and whosoever will, let him take the water of life freely. For I testify unto every man that heareth the word of God, the prophet of this book. If any man shall add unto this thing, God shall add unto him the plagues that are within the book, his book. And if any man shall take away from the word of this book of his prophet, God shall take away his part out of this book of life, and out of the holy scriptures, and from the things which are written in this book. This is the end of the scripture.
Amen. Amen to that. What happening?
I'm good.
You good?
Mm-hmm.
How cooking?
What cooking today?
Mm-hmm.
I'll just cook some vegetables and cook some fish sauce or whatever.
I want
No
that.
drumstick today.
I don't want that.
I drumstick yesterday.
You must cook a drumstick and invite me. I want it curry.
Oh, the curry? Oh, yeah. I don't use curry. I don't use
What? Turmeric?
yeah, turmeric.
Same difference. I want it, so I want it.
I hear you.
I about to tell you I want it like how NDC color looking. But let me
Well,
still
you don't know you have food coloring, so you could just
pour it in it.
yes.
Yeah, I know that. Anyway, so
Lord.
everybody alright?
Yeah, for the time.
Talk to me girl already this morning.
I hear you.
Did you hear me when you're talking to her?
No, I hear she's talking to you. I don't know who's talking to.
Me? Well, who else could call the house all the morning, so? If anybody else call house all the morning, so please smash up.
I hear you.
Yeah, I'm making confusion there.
Don't make confusion. Trust in God. Pray.
Pray.
Yeah.
Alright,
Pray every day, every hour, every minute, every moment.
Okay, if you say so, I hear you, my dear. All right, so take care of yourself. Have a wonderful one now.
Nice day.
Okay, bye-bye.
Salawat.
Yeah, bless.
Bye.
$100.
Yeah, what?
Drumstick touch on a big passage of scripture in the book. Revelation 22, verses 18 and 19 is very instructive. If a man add to the book is a problem, if he take out to the book is a problem. The book must be read on its own merit. We ought not to add or take out or put to what suits us. And that is instructive to note, because if you, in 18, you see if a man take out thing in the book, plagues you. If a man add, so when it comes to the book, it is serious. And one ought to be reverent and understand the book. Bless.
I am feeling that I have a problem here
Okay.
this morning. I don't know what the problem is, but it's seemingly a problem. I don't know. I've not a clue. Somebody's calling. Let me take that call and see what transpires. Good morning.
To God be the glory, great things He has done. Praise the Lord. Good morning, Mr. Donald. Happy birthday to you.
Thank you very much.
May the good Lord bless and keep you. And a little song I want to sing for you this morning. The family that stays together, prays together, stays together. What could I say? Somebody's smiling, somebody's watching this morning. Ah, boy, you don't know what we have until we lose it. But thank God for life, and thank God for strength. And some good angel is watching over you.
Thank you.
Some good angel is watching over you. The family who pray never shall part. The circle unbroken in heaven shall stand. God will say, enter, my true faithful servant. For the family who pray never shall part. We are one family. Praise the Lord.
Thank you.
Have a blessed day, love.
You too, my dear. Take care.
Okay, darling.
All right. Bye-bye.
Hey.
This is Real 91.9, 91.5, www.drealfmgrenada.com. I'm having a bit of a problem. Where?
May I add
on.
something?
Go ahead.
You see that blessing you now get there? You do ordinary. When you get blessings from the Elder Andre, you what he waiting everything, salt, gold, everything. So I even believe Gabriel watching over you too. Watch me like that. Gabriel strike a note with you.
Gabriel is a special kind of guy.
So that's what I'm telling you. The fact that you're up and making it here this morning.
I don't know what to touch again, no man. You seem to.
What the problem might be?
The problem is the I don't even know if the let me do some double check. The stream, even the stream has a bit of a bother this morning. I don't know what's happening.
Misty morning?
Well, it's not just a misty morning. It's a complex one. Okay, so here's what. Somebody just sent a message, and I should the message spoke to the station and the signal. What can I do? Okay, I think the best thing to do here is to restart this one. Right, so I'm restarting one there. Everything looks fine in front of me, right? If you speak.
Yeah.
That's speech?
If I speak?
Yeah, if you speak, I'm supposed to hear you.
There is no speech no longer. The voice is not heard. The voice.
Let me see. Somebody saying the station is breaking up. Yeah. Right now, I'm not seeing. I'm only hearing noise. Phyllis, right now, I'm not even hearing you. Only noise. Okay, yeah, I could understand that. I'm trying to do something, see if I can solve that problem. Oh boy. One of those mornings. Hey Carla, what we got to do next? You gotta go for the thing?
The water? You take the weather already?
No, yeah, we gotta get the weather. So let's pause and take the weather, okay?
How you move when you're moving? Which direction you going? You gotta be careful. You gotta be careful, careful.
Where you go, where you walk, what you say, when you talk. Where you go, where you walk, what you say, when you talk.
In your search for happiness, you gotta leave a little room.
You gotta leave a little room for loneliness in your search for happiness. I like that line. The best line in soca calypso for me was one that was made by Super Blue, Austin Lyons. Carl, you know what that line is?
Can't make a sentence without
Can't make a sentence without a verb. Yeah, you're laughing too, but go ahead, laugh.
Yes, I remember that.
You remember that?
I remember that.
You can't make a sentence without a verb.
Yeah.
I'm like, what's the first? I'm like, but this man's a genius. And which is true.
Which is so true. Yeah, like you take it to the grammar school days.
Yeah, man. That man just, he was just, well, he is a bomb, you know. He's just splendid. What's up? What's up on your side, bro?
Man, well, all is well down here, man. All is well on our side, man.
All right. So, weather-wise, what's taking place?
Weather-wise, well, conditions across our tri-island states and most parts of the eastern Caribbean, conditions are fair. Our winds are east-northeasterly at 12 miles an hour. Barometric pressure is just above normal, 13.5 millibars. Remembering normal is 13.2 millibars. Current temperature 25.1 Celsius or 77.2 Fahrenheit. Relative humidity 76%. Our maximum temperature recorded yesterday was 29.8 Celsius or 85.6 Fahrenheit. The minimum was 24.5 Celsius, that's the same as 76.1 Fahrenheit. Yesterday was another rain-free day down here at Point Salines. The total for the month remained at 8.2 millimeters. Looking now at the public forecast, and this is valid for today and tonight for Grenada, Carriacou, and the PT Martinique, we can expect conditions to be fair to partly cloudy. Winds east-northeasterly to easterly at 14 to 24 miles an hour. Seas moderate with 4 to 6 feet in open waters. Tides are currently falling. Low tide will be in a few minutes from now at 7:37. High tide will be this afternoon at 1:59. We can expect a maximum temperature of about 30 degrees Celsius today. We'll have sunset this evening at 6:19. Sunrise tomorrow will be at 6 minutes after 6. So just repeat the public forecast again, Andre. It is fair to partly cloudy, and that's valid for today and tonight for Grenada, Carriacou, and the PT Martinique. Okay, Andre, so that's all from me this morning.
Thank you very much, my brother. Do take care and have a wonderful day.
Thank you. And you can't make a sentence without
That's
a
a verb. Take care. All right, one love. Good. It's The Real. It's 91.9 FM, 91.5, www.therealfmgrenada.com. Joan! Birmingham Joan. 28 minutes nowadays after the 7 o'clock hour. You got to be careful.
Where you go, where you walk, what you say, when you talk, where you go, where you walk, what you say, when you talk.
It's a hungry world out there, with everybody scrambling to get a share. Wolves in sheep clothing, birds of prey waiting to swoop down on you, and there's no telling what they'll do. You gotta be careful. You gotta be careful. Where you go when you're walking, what you say when you're talking, you gotta be careful. You gotta be careful, careful. I say we have to prepare to meet the challenges of life without fear. Greed and jealousy, hatred and envy, man, you have to move with care. in that jungle out there. You got to be careful. You got to be careful. How you move when you're moving. Which direction you going. You gotta be careful. You gotta be careful, careful.
Where you go, where you walk, what you say, when you talk. Where you go, where you walk, what you say, when you talk.
In your search for happiness, you gotta leave a little room for loneliness. More things could happen all of a sudden before you realize it's only a disguise. You gotta be careful.
You gotta be careful, you gotta be careful, you gotta be careful. Can I talk to you? What's that?
Yes, bro.
Damn.
You get things kind of sex thing out there?
No, it's not working. The persons who are listening online,
Yeah.
just listening online, just like that, just they're having an issue right now. And do I know how to solve it? No, it's coming and going. It's breaking up for them. So my advice to them is that if you can go onto Facebook now, or you can go onto the YouTube channel of Real FM, then you can listen and view us there. Other than that, it's a bit of a bother. Good morning.
Good morning to you again, Mr. Donald. Good morning to Mr. Carl Keaton.
Morning.
Mr. Donald, it is your birthday today.
Yes and no.
But what do you mean yes and no? You don't want to share it?
I have 2 days, you see. So
You have 2 days? Well, that's all right. You could give me food for 2 days.
yeah.
We'll come and share it with you. Anyway, it is great joy for me to present you with this birthday wish this morning. I'm hoping that your day will be as special as you are. May this year bring with it all the success and fulfillment in your heart desire. May the God blessing will be upon you and keep you all the days of your life. I wish you all the best for your birthday. You're such a wonderful person.
Send on the sheep. Send on the sheep. Send on the sheep. The sheep.
Hey, the sheep?
Yeah.
You should have called on.
Yeah, send on the sheep. All right. I hear you. Tell Jeff good morning for me. Okay then. Great. Okay, bye-bye. Right, good. Yeah, Keaton. The persons who are listening on terrestrial radio, they should be hearing pretty okay. Karen Park Bernard, good morning. The persons who are listening on social media, i.e. Facebook, YouTube, and on our website, they should be hearing okay. The issue is with the people who are listening on online.
Okay.
It comes and goes, and I have no idea why.
Well, let's work with what we have.
Well, I guess. I don't know. Hold on. Oh, I think I may have sorted the problem.
Okay.
I think I probably would have sorted the problem out. And it has to do with somebody touching that which they do not know about. I just figured it out.
Okay.
Yeah. All right. So you gotta be. Let me take a commercial break. No commercial break, Andre. Are you crazy? Good morning to the people at Nawasa. How you doing?
The Nawasa app brings the power of Nawasa's customer service experience to you. Instant, conversational, and smart. Easy access anywhere. Get bill balance, transaction history for up to 6 months, report a fault, link to websites, view payment centers, contact information, push notifications, and multi-tenant accounts, all in a secure login platform. Like a self-service concierge app, mobile.nawasa.gd gets you the support you need much faster. Available on both Android and iOS platforms. Mobile.nawasa.gd, your customer support companion. Nawasa, committed to meeting customers' needs.
Good morning, listeners, and welcome to Water Wise, a production of the National Water and Sewerage Authority, Nawasa. I am Wendy Chateau. Over the last few weeks, the focus has been on groundwater, which has a global role in drinking water, sanitation, agriculture, industry, ecosystems, and climate change adaptation. It formed the theme for this year's observance of World Water Day, observed on Tuesday, March 22nd. Well, on our last program, we began sharing with you a conversation with hydraulic engineer Mr. Damani Bruno about groundwater. And as promised, we continue sharing that conversation with you this morning. Is measuring water in a well the same as measuring water in a stream?
As the theme says, let's make the invisible visible. Stream water is visible. It could be high tide, high flow, or low flow, but it's always visible, whereas groundwater is invisible. So no, it is different technology, different methodology in measuring flow in streams and groundwater. So the main difference in measuring stream and groundwater, as I said before, stream is visible, so you can go without an instrument, eyeball it, and have an estimate of how much water is being flowed. But because groundwater is invisible or it's underground, it takes another methodology. So in measuring stream, you would have to put a measuring device within the well, you would have to pump for different consecutive times, and within those consecutive times, you would have to measure the time it takes for the well to go back to its initial capacity. And this is how you would measure groundwater compared to stream flow.
Why do water levels in wells rise and fall?
Water level in wells rise and fall. Fall comes back to that question where you ask about why does groundwater dry up? Again, when water level drops in ground level, is because we are using it for different purposes. It can be domestic, commercial, recreation, and agricultural. So once we abstract water from the well, the water level goes down. Water level can go up as well. And this is where we call recharge. So we can have artificial recharge or we have natural recharge. And our natural recharge comes from our rainwater and also comes from our stream. Artificial recharge, when we make that effort and we inject water within the well. So these are the two ways, or the couple ways that water in a well can go up or can go down. A lot of times you may ask, where does the water comes from that we see comes from springs or even rivers? And there's a lot of times you have that relationship where the groundwater level rises so much that it becomes a spring or it influences the flow that goes into the stream. And with the adverse effects of climate change within the last 30, 40 years, we have been seeing how that relationship being adversely affected. So for example, with the increase of dry weather, we abstract much more water from the ground. That would just means that there's less water being extracted, less water that would influence that stream. So during the dry season, you can see a drastic drop in groundwater and a drastic drop in the stream flow. So to close off, let's conserve water and protect the environment.
Engineer Mr. Damani Bruno. And that's our program this morning. Until next time, I'm Wendy Chateau on behalf of the entire team at Nawasa, wishing you a fantastic day.
The Nawasa app brings the power of Nawasa's customer service experience to you. Instant, conversational, and smart. Easy access anywhere. Get bill balance, transaction history for up to 6 months, report a fault, link to websites, view payment centers, contact information, push notifications, and multi-tenant accounts, all in a secure login platform. Like a self-service concierge app, mobile.nawasa.gd gets you the support you need much faster. Available on both Android and iOS platforms. Mobile.nawasa.gd, your customer support companion. Nawasa, committed to meeting customers' needs.
Ozone really gets it clean. Get with the Ozone family line of products. Ozone liquid laundry detergent, perfect for your semi or fully automatic washing machines, yet suitable for your hand wash, soft on your hands. Ozone disinfectant cleaner. It's the most powerful disinfectant and cleaner with a long-lasting fresh scent. Tackles every job around the house or office. Ozone detergent powder and ultra soft fabric softener gets your clothes clean with a natural freshness, keeps your colors bright. Choose from the wonderful scents, soft flower, ocean breeze, and the new aloe vera. Keep your kitchen sparkling clean with the Ozone dishwashing liquid, Ozone sponges, and cleaning cloth. Ozone toilet bowl cleaner removes lime scale and kills germs while giving your toilet a refreshing scent. Ozone really gets it clean. Marketed and distributed by Calico, Frequente St. George's, and are available at shops and supermarkets nationwide.
The Grenada Postal Corporation wishes to inform its customers that all of its sub and district offices, including Carriacou, along with its main office, will be closed to the public on Friday, April 1st, 2022, as it performs an internal audit. The corporation apologizes for any inconvenience caused. Regular business hours and services will resume on Monday, April 4th, 2022.
Who wants to save 30%? Everybody! Now more than ever, Flow understands the need to make your dollar stretch. Our new bundles can help you save 30% off your current bill. Plus, get a free speed upgrade on your in-home internet. Simply add your mobile to your current home services account and save 30%. It's easy. Sign up now and save. All on the most reliable fixed and mobile network on island. Visit a Flow store or call us at 1-800-804-2994 for more information. Flow, it only gets better. Terms and conditions apply.
Our senior women's national team continues their CONCACAF Women's Qualifiers campaign. This time, they battle against the Cayman Islands on Wednesday, the 6th April 2022 at the Karani James Athletic Stadium. Kickoff time, 5 p.m. Get your limited tickets now for just 20 EC dollars from the Grenada Football Association headquarters, Queen's Park. Grenada versus the Cayman Islands. CONCACAF Women's Qualifiers, Wednesday, 6th April from 5 p.m. at the Karani James Athletic Stadium. Feel the passion. Let's support the Spice Girls.
Morning, Carl Keaton.
Morning, Andre. The birthday dude.
Now, see, let me tell you something. And I like the fact that I have 48 hours of birthday. 48 hours. I want to see all who sending me gifts today. You shall be judged accordingly. Morning. Good morning. Thank you very much, Ms. Noriega. Thank you. Mm-hmm. Thank you very much.
Morning, ma'am. Be blessed.
Okay, great.
Getting cards and calls from friends you don't even know. He's a ransom cowboy this morning, boy. Yes, Andre. So, what is that green about?
Not just you, rhinestone cowboy.
Yes, well.
Like a rhinestone cowboy.
People are like getting cards and calls from friends you don't even know.
Someone said,
yeah.
And that one is somebody that you doesn't do, so you would do, eh? Someone said, more life, health, and strength. Tell Carl, sing you the special version of the happy birthday song. Someone said that, and
happy birthday, happy birthday, happy birthday to you, Mr. Donald.
That is a special version?
Yeah.
What?
That's the real version. I'm going to droop that the real one.
No, man, I want to hear it again. I didn't hear
it. Happy birthday to you. See? Yeah.
Happy birthday to you. Good morning.
Hello.
Good morning.
Hey, bro.
Somebody talking to you, Carl.
Happy birthday, man.
Bad bring Galba?
That's right. Bro, I have a gift for you to sign up for you today.
What?
I have a special gift for you to sign up for you today. And if you come in town, so I can hold it for you and you get this gift.
Okay, let me see what I want.
But today...
Hold on. Let me see what I want today. I want... And I'm being greedy today because I get something from you in a long time. I'm thinking. Okay. 1, 2, 3, 4. I want 4 rotis from Stanley.
4 rotis from Stanley?
Yep.
Alright, no problem.
Give it to Xander to bring up.
And give Xander to bring up?
Yeah, 4 rotis. And if...
Alright, no problem. Stanley reaching in town at 9 o'clock.
And if Xander in bring it up by the time I want it, I want 5 tomorrow.
Yeah, well, so wasn't Xander left by the time because Stanley was coming in, reaching the terminal here.
That is your problem, that is not my problem.
Before I buy it, I have to go and look for Xander. That roti is to spoil.
I tell you, I want 4 rotis, and if I ain't get them by the time I want them today, then tomorrow, please God, I go want 5.
Yeah, well, the problem is not on my back. The problem is on
that you have to work it out. You okay? Hello?
Yeah, I heard you.
Let me go get a roti from Stanley today and you're in trouble. And oh yeah, by the way, you can make them hot.
Yeah, I'll set it up for you, man. Again, as Stanley comes in 9 o'clock, I'll get it and set it up.
You sure?
Why you no Stanley tell you roti?
Because I has been advertising for Stanley and he never sent me one free yet.
Gonji.
Yeah. You could tell him I said that, eh?
Yeah, I go tell him. You know how one lot, I go tell him. So how come your birthday is today and yesterday was Shirley's birthday? Is she Shirley in town fetting and enjoying herself yesterday? Shirley better than you?
Shirley is the 29th. Tommy Matthew is also yesterday.
Because Shirley enjoying herself.
Yeah, Shirley liming whole time.
Shirley put up a poster in the back of she back 74 years.
Yeah.
Shirley looking young for the 74 years?
Yeah, well, yeah. It's a good thing you have Manda day.
Huh?
It's a good thing you have Manda.
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
That could change in a moment.
I could change in a moment. Go ahead.
Bro, enjoy yourself for the day and
take care of yourself, man.
I'll get out to you.
Okay, then take care of yourself, bro. One love.
Alright, bro.
Okay, good.
Well, God send food. God send food, man.
God send roti.
Yes.
So the man has to get one in the roti too, so you know. Yeah. I
Yeah,
just
I'm
sent him
telling
up.
you what's coming up, man.
Yeah. I just sent him up. Okay.
Yeah.
All right. I got a call, so I want to return the call.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Think I should?
Yep.
All right, let's see. Yeah, you working? You calling? Matilda. Hello?
Hi, good morning.
Yeah. What's your problem? What's your problem?
Am I on air?
What do you think?
Oh, God. Good morning, everybody.
Morning.
So you see somebody said good morning. You have a ghost in
Who's
here.
saying good morning this morning, there?
That's Carl Cater.
Oh, good morning.
What's up? What's your problem? I missed the call. I missed a call from you, so I returned your call.
Yeah, I sent you a nice message. I hope you read it. I couldn't sing, so I typed the singing
When did you send that message, girlfriend?
this morning.
Bonji, may the good Lord have mercy upon your soul, child. What a brainless guy laughing at the. Hey, why you laughing at the? Good morning, dude. How you doing? Dude, does say good morning. Dude, does say good morning. Good morning.
Good morning.
Dude.
Good morning.
Morning, dude. How you doing?
I'm okay. How are you?
I'm okay. I asked about you yesterday, but they told me you was playing Lacroix. Tell me you're playing Lacroix, so I said, okay, if you're playing Lacroix, you're playing Lacroix. I'll tell you. Is everything good with you?
For now, yes. We're ending down the semester, so I'm pushing in some extra work.
This is your final year, correct?
Yeah, in undergrad at least, yes.
Okay. All right. I hear you. When you coming?
When the good Lord tells me it's
shut
to
it.
come back ready, then I come in.
Okay, I hear you. Oh God, Lord have mercy upon you. All right, so have a good day.
You too.
All right then, one love.
All right, bye-bye.
Girlfriend.
Yes,
So, what
sorry.
are you doing today?
I have a meeting with my lecturer at 10,
Hmm.
and then I don't have classes for the rest of the day.
You have classes for the rest of the day today?
No.
Oh, you don't have? Okay. All right, your good friend Anthony Boson celebrated on the 26th of March.
Uh-huh.
And then his other day of celebration is the 2nd of April.
My good friend, you say?
Anthony Boson, I said.
Yes, you say my good friend?
Well, yeah, I have to say that because he loves you enormously.
Yes, Uncle Boson.
Okay, so you see, I saying good friend, so you mean I should have changed it and call him uncle? Okay, sorry.
Yes.
Okay. Sorry. So yeah, Uncle Boson celebrating. He celebrated on the 26th. And he's going to celebrate again on the 2nd. So he has 2 days. And you have to, you have to call me again tomorrow, right?
Yeah, I know how to call you again tomorrow.
You know something? The guy don't call me now.
He don't call you?
No.
So I have to send you another paragraph tomorrow again?
Well, yes, but the guy ain't call me. I feel like I got to
He
jump.
probably, you see, I wake up early and the first thing I think about is to call my father.
Yeah. But no, he probably listening and calling this guy.
No, you see, that is why I am the favorite child.
Who said? Who somebody lied for you? Somebody lied for you?
Oh, so it is. Okay. Oh, so it is. All right.
You know that both of y'all on the same level, and you know that? Shirley.
I'm not saying nothing.
All right. All right, girlfriend. Take care of yourself. Have a good day, right?
All right. You
Okay.
too.
Love you. Bye-bye.
Enjoy your day.
Yeah, we'll do.
I hope you like your gift.
You know, yesterday was Shirley's birthday.
Oh, happy birthday, Auntie Shirley.
Yeah, yesterday was Shirley. Tommy.
Well, everybody born in March.
Yeah, Tommy was yesterday too. And Zet.
Oh.
Yeah.
No, that is the first. The first.
No.
The first of April. He's not the first of April.
No. That was yesterday. Yeah.
Okay.
And by the way, let me give you a little bit of gossip. I heard a vehicle went in the Zet yard. You heard that?
Oh yes, I heard too.
heard.
I got pictures.
Send them for me. Send them for me. Send them for me. I ain't get that yet. Send them for me. Goodbye. Send them for me now. Bye bye. Take care of yourself, love. Okay, good.
You too. Bye bye.
All right. Yeah, Carl.
Yeah. I see that gleam in your eye when you're talking to him, and I see that.
Well, there's two of them in there. One eye for each.
I don't know. With both eyes, I saw that gleam.
Yeah, but the guy didn't call me yet. The guy go do something, call me later, Rasta. What you doing there? Somebody say, nah man, I can't believe how you treat me today, birthday, and you ain't saying nothing? Wow. Well, you didn't ask, did you? If you have a friend, you must ask them every day. Is today your birthday? Is today your birthday, Carl?
No.
Right. Oh boy. So, today's Political Wednesdays.
Yes. What's the hot topic trending?
Well, the hottest topic trending right now, excuse me. The hottest topic would be the court ruling yesterday in relation to pensions.
Okay.
That I believe would be the hottest thing trending in Grenada right now. What would you say is the hottest?
Well, I agree, because I was bombarded with so many messages last night as it relates to the ruling of the court. However, I have not been privy to the whole ruling as I set out to be. And sometimes, there almost in court rulings, there's this ruling, but there's things that accompanied. The judgment is accompanied by the ruling. And in the ruling, tells you, explain the mindset of the judgment. So, yes, there is a judgment. However, I want to see the ruling before I make any pronouncement as relates to the ruling. However, instructively, to me, the ruling or the judgment, the present government of Grenada, Carriacou, and Petite Martinique, the New National Party government, has before now agreed in principle with what the ruling should mean. Save and except the government has explained, here's what. Based on the financial situation of the country, here's what, or here's how far we could go. No. So to me, it is not land breaking or watershed ruling to say, oh, the government was opposed to it. As a matter of fact, the government has gone out of its way to include and treat with persons, meanwhile, as the matter was still at court. But I have to ask a question, Andre. I don't know if you're so qualified to do. With all the hullabaloo that is made out of the ruling, how legal is NIS based on that ruling?
What?
I don't know.
But how you can ask me that?
Well, he's a guru. He's a guy I respect.
Carl, this is a tough one. Seriously. I respect you too, but that one...
I know you have back up, down, back down, so get on your phone and see what it is.
I'm not going to ask anybody anything here, because this one is one I prefer that a panel of people sit,
the legal luminaries.
That's the word. A panel of legal luminaries need to sit and with someone who can ask the right questions. yeah, in relation to this, because based on the ruling where the court basically said that in layman terms, the fact that pension is not there is unconstitutional. It should be there because pension was a creature of the Constitution.
Yes.
Or the Constitution is pension is a creature of the Constitution.
Yes, a creature of statute.
It's a creature of statute. So
is NIS a creature of statute?
Well, no, it's not. It's not. So that is something the unions
so based on the ruling, could somebody go for a refund from NIS?
Well,
I don't know. I'm just asking.
I don't know, but it's you see, people. You see, Carl, what's happening right now? Here's what's taking place. Is that a lot of people are jumping and say, yeah, and yes, by all means, do that.
And politicizing it already, yeah?
I'm not even forgetting them with that. I'm not even going there with them. A lot of people loving this, and for those who love it, I love it for them. If they believe that it's a good thing for them, yes. And do I believe it's a good thing? Yes. Because it's bread and butter, quote unquote, right? Do you agree?
Yes, food on table.
Food on table. Now, first thing, the union needs to speak to its workers almost immediately. TAU and Public Workers Union and whatever, and say, hey, this does not mean money's in your pocket right now, eh?
Yeah.
This does not mean that you're getting money right now. All right? Second thing that has to happen here is that recognize the unions and say, hey, there will be discussions on this.
You have to have this.
Because there's no country in the world. There's no country in the world. And for that matter, okay, so let's forget the world. There's no country in the Caribbean right now.
In the region
right now that can withstand
sustain financial implications
of that, which is 2 billion plus by my rough calculations.
Yeah.
2 billion plus to institute that. Our budget is barely $2 billion. Do you understand? So you pay that, and then you don't pay workers, and you don't pay money, and you don't pay bills, and you don't pay, and you don't pay a lot of things. That's what's gonna happen. So, and at this particular point in time, the question begs to be asked. You might say, well, get a loan and pay it. Who lending government that kind of money right now? Any government.
And who pays back the loan?
And if government was to pay this, if they had the money to pay it, I would send the OECS into a tailspin.
Yeah, the monetary union.
It will send the OECS into a tailspin. If somebody like LeBron James, who has a couple $1 billion, decides, okay, fine, I'm going to give Keith Mitchell $1 billion to pay that, that is serious problem for the OECS. That is basically called too much money entering into the economy at one point in time. Wrong or right?
Definitely wrong. Too much money at the same time. Things
gone haywire, chaos.
The melanin man go have a time.
Chaotic. But bringing this thing right back down, I think that the government, their response was a very educated one. Did you get to see the release?
Yeah, this morning actually. Do you have it there?
Yeah,
Put it up now.
It's on my phone, so I probably can send it to. Who did send it to me? A lot of people had it, monkeying and thinking. Who sent it to me first? Carcaton?
Hey.
Help me here.
I don't know. Sir.
Oh no! Someone sent it to me, and I was reading it this morning. But oh right, so I got it there. So let me send it to the email. No, not sending it to email. I'm sending it to WhatsApp. So once I send it there, good. Then I could open it up here and we could do something with it. You want me to read it or something, Carl?
Yeah, read now.
Okay, so let's take a.
We're here to give you information.
Yeah, that's the nice thing about us. We give information. So it's a government. It says government remains committed, and let's understand this here, Carl. Government remains committed. That's the caption. Government remains committed to finding solution to the pension challenge. It is a challenge.
Yes. For all and sundry.
Right. So it's dated the 29th of March. That was yesterday. The Grenada government continues to be committed to solving the complex issue of pension for public service workers.
Mm-hmm.
Correct. While it is understood that there are no easy solutions, the national dialogue must continue on the matter.
Sure.
The issue of lack of a pension scheme for public sector workers has been in contention for a generation and has been inherited by this and previous governments.
Yep.
I want us to stop there. It has been inherited by this and previous governments. Who did it? Let's not go back to 79. Let's leave that alone for the time being. But what is, as to use your word, what is instructive here is the previous governments never really sought this. They just glossed over it all the time. Dr. Mitchell said, hey, let's solve this thing. Let's get this thing onto the road. This is hindering our progress. Let us deal with it.
He saw the moral obligation of the.
He had a moral obligation call for this.
And to that, one had to recognize that, and instead of putting a spin on it to make it look like Dr. Kit Mitchell is against it, he's the only one that had the testicular fortitude.
The gumption, he's the only one who had it. The only one who said, look, you know what?
He's the one who had the guate to treat with
it. And it has come.
Yeah.
Right? Tuesday's ruling by the High Court added another dimension to the long-standing issue. And it did.
Yeah, the discussion.
The High Court ruling delivered today, meaning March 29th, declared that the Pension Disqualification Act Cap 230A, as amended, is unconstitutional, null and void insofar as it sought to modify pre-independence/constitution pension laws. What does that say in a nutshell? Is this that the Pension Disqualification Act, which was first instituted by whom?
The PRG.
That was unconstitutional. And what it said there is that since the interim government, since then, they made a mumu with this, you know. Because what they sought to do was to bring back the Constitution, But they did not bring back the Constitution or reinstate the Constitution in full.
Yes.
And you cannot.
Yeah.
You had to reinstate the Constitution en masse, in block, the whole thing.
Yeah, in total.
In total.
In total.
They did not do that. And therefore, you had the Disqualification Act. No, that couldn't happen. And that shouldn't have happened.
No.
In essence, that is what. Right? Read on. As such, the court held that the pre-independence pension laws continue to be the pension scheme applicable for the payment of pension to public officers joining the service after February 1985. What does that say, Carl?
Because up until that time, persons who joined the public service before that date was eligible to the pension as before. But those who joined after fell straight under the ambit of the NIS.
Of the NIS.
That is why I asked the question about the NIS earlier.
Because that does not mention, the government does not mention NIS in here.
No, the ruling.
But the ruling, what the ruling has done is, when you listen to what has happened here, because it says, as such, the court held that the pre-independence pension laws continue to be the pension scheme applicable for the payment of pension to public officers joining the service after February 1985. Keaton, the court, based on my humble understanding.
You didn't pass the bar, but you know a little bit.
I know a little bit. The court is speaking almost to NIS being illegal.
That is why I tell you I want to see the written ruling. That is why I say that.
All right, let's read again. In rendering the decision, the judge acknowledged the legislative intent for the National Insurance Scheme Act, NIS Act, for public officers to be paid pension based on the provisions of the NIS Act. What the hell is that? You understand that jargon?
Nah.
Let's read it again. In rendering the decision, the judge acknowledged the legislative intent for the National Insurance Scheme Act for public officers to be paid pension based on the provisions of the NIS Act. Do you understand that, Carl? I don't.
Yeah.
But it is. I know I don't understand that one. And I ain't gonna kid you. I kid you not.
Could be the judge saying, okay, in lieu of pension, the NIS Act was as a breach, and he acknowledged, well, yes, an effort was made not to disenfranchise.
Let's not try to suppose,
Yeah.
no? All right. However, having regard to the decision of the Court of Appeal in the McQueen versus the Public Service Commission,
PSC,
as a high court, it constrained to render a decision consistent with the case, although that case dealt specifically with pension where a public officer was compulsory retired. What does that say?
I mean, like maybe forced retirement. So, or make the like in some cases, example would be in some cases where your post becomes redundant, but you have to be taken care of.
The High Court commented on the need for the Court of Appeal to clarify its ruling and the applicability of the McQueen case on the state on pension laws of Grenada. You here or you gone with me?
I'm here with you.
What is that?
Well, then again, I say the High Court even commented on the need for the Court of Appeal, the one that handed down the judgment in McQueen versus the PSC, to clarify the ruling and the applicability of the McQueen case. Is it same to what is existing now in the public service, or is it different? So what the court trying to say now, is it the same or different? So that I tell you, the written ruling would clarify a lot of things.
The latest court ruling has deep and serious implications for the economic viability of the state. And in discussing the way forward, due consideration must be given to these matters. Do you agree?
Yeah, just like you say, it's not like, okay, everybody should jump up and say money now. We spoke earlier on how the union should be a part of the process or the discussion. Also not give the people, okay, you only hire money for you, go for it in a way, but to say, well, the ruling says X, Y, Z. However, the state of play now, in terms of the financial burden and everything, ought to be considered. Because that discussion is not one just us against them, or we win, you lose. It's a serious discussion.
Government now awaits the written judgment.
Yeah.
Following which it intends to initiate a meeting with the trade unions to discuss the implications of the ruling and to chart the way forward. government reiterates its commitment to doing right by every sector of the national economy or the national community.
Government now with a written judgment, and that's why I was alluding to, the written judgment would clarify other things and not just to say this one win, this one lose, but it would explain a lot of things so one could understand how it arrives at the ruling. Because I don't want it to come across like us and them and this one win and this one lose, because this is too big an issue to trivialize into win and lose. So it's not proper to say the union win.
Keith Mitchell has said time and time again that this has to be sorted.
Yes.
And I was speaking to a gentleman earlier this morning, and he said that, and he's not necessarily a known vocal supporter of Keith Mitchell.
Yeah.
Don't know if he votes for NMP, but he's not necessarily a vocal supporter of Keith Mitchell. And he said to me, he says, Andre, your boy must be given credit. So I'm like, my boy. He said, yeah, Dr. Mitchell, your boy, he must be given credit. I says, what you giving him credit for now? He says, your boy saw this one through.
Mm-hmm.
He says, if he did not see it through, I do not see. He said, when I look, I do not see a political leader in Grenada ever having the guts to ensure that this is done. He said, and that is done.
Yeah, knowing all that comes with it.
Mm-hmm. He says, no, your boy had to do so and sit down and talk. He says, no more than ever, he has to sit with the union and talk with the union. So I say, well, how is he going to be having money? Who is this calling me on WhatsApp there? Should I take a WhatsApp call? I don't even know that number. I don't have you in my contacts. I can't take your call on WhatsApp. But listen to this, yeah?
You know, what that person pointing at, just to interject a bit here, what that person is speaking of is something you call legacy.
I believe.
No. What is happening here right before our eyes, even if you want to admit it or not, if you want to trivialize it or politicize it, what is happening here for Dr. Keith Mitchell is legacy. That in itself, the pension issue taken all by itself, we're not talking about all the other doings. We're just picking up the pension issue like I pick up my phone.
Mm-hmm. That's his legacy.
That is legacy at play.
Mm-hmm.
Because he will.
He will
when the history, no, but when the history is written, pension would forever be linked with Dr. Keith Mitchell.
Mm-hmm. No. Let me come back to the same guy, or stick a pin and remember the guy, right? But there are those who believe that that this is the hardest thing that would have happened to Dr. Keith Mitchell in his 10 years as Prime Minister, as leader of the New National Party. And I don't agree, Carl, because when I look at it, I think it's
blessing in disguise.
It is a blessing in disguise, because when you look at all the time, on every occasion that Grenada was hit with a challenge, he's the one, And Grenada is hit with this challenge now, and Grenadians know for a fact that he is the one who can solve or who can see to challenges and will see to this one. So it's like almost the gods saying.
Let me tell you something. Elijah took Ahab and his prophets to the mountain, and they was offering sacrifice and so on. And all they tried, they chop up themselves, there's nothing to happen. Then he see, when the altar, he say, full it up of water. And then the Ancient of Days did his doing. Because he had famine and drought in the land. And the rain came from then. And the prophet had to still navigate and run before the chariot of Ahab to safety. Kissing point here. The men are out with knives and jubilation, that pension, this and that. But they realize that the man had to navigate the thing.
And bring it right.
So men does find I like to always draw analogy with the book because the book is foundation. Eh? So even when the prophet had to do it thing and prove to them XYZ, but he still had to navigate Ahab to safety. So in the whole thing is still Dr. Mitchell to navigate this country. And there is a need, Dre. So the change people have to recognize. Change is not yet. There's still work to do before the so-called change they're asking for. Because the man has work yet still to do. So when they say they long, that's why, because let me tell you, the Ancient of Days does not give situation and you don't prepare. He prepare you so when he come, you're ready. So all who say now the guy they long and he old like road and all kind of thing, he was being prepared for that thing. His preparation is the fire to purify, you know. I keep telling you, Andre, the fire to purify. And the Ancient of Days rise up men for situations to come. And he knew along the line that would happen. So you see this, my servant, I am preparing him.
Yeah.
So all the blows are giving him now, don't feel thing. He's just hardening him, battle ready. And so thing, the advertisement you play, try tested. Dre,
let me see
I wonder if you understand what's going on.
Let me see if
I wonder if you understand what here is at play. This situation, and the man has made it clear that he's in the atom of his core. The car.
You want to hear it?
Yes.
Listen this.
Who has been tried?
NNP.
Who has been tested?
NNP.
Who has delivered?
NNP.
The new national party, tried, tested, and delivering. The party with you in mind at all times. A party that continues to provide for the people of Grenada. With systems that have been tried. With metal that has been tested. You have a party which is continuing to deliver.
Grenada's best choice. Tried, tested, and delivering. The NNP.
Andrew Donald, the NNP, led by Dr. Keith Mitchell, the Right Honorable, has said as it relates to pension, and that is before the ruling. So it's not something about Monday morning quarterbacking after the ruling. He had said before the ruling, he recognized the fundamental rights of workers and he recognized that he and the government he leads has a moral obligation to treat it. However, what he says to the union, what you're asking for now, I cannot give you. And he offered him what he could give him. So, Joe, when I tell you that is our legacy and a defining moment in the political career of the man, Dre.
You have a caller? You want to take it?
Yes.
All right. Let's see if we can link up with that caller there and say good morning. Hello.
Good morning, Mr. Donald. Tennessee here.
Hey, Tennessee, what happening, man?
I'm doing good, sir. I'm doing good. Hey, I just have a comment and this ruling from the courts. If the ruling comes down in favor of the pension, I don't know how you feel about it, but I don't think it's a good idea to get rid of the NIS if they are going to do so. And here is why I'm saying that. The private sector in Grenada doesn't have a pension plan. Most of the companies doesn't have a pension plan. And if you leave that in place along with the pension for the government workers, then the private sector can pay into this and have a safety net when they're sick or when they're out of job long-term or short-term and when they are retired. You see what I'm saying? I don't know what is your opinion on that, but that is how I feel about the NIS. They should have put it in place as they did, but they should not have gotten rid of the pension. It's not a bad thing, but they just should not have gotten rid of the pension because the pension is something different. What do you think?
Well, at this particular point in time, I will reserve my comments because I have to be very, very careful as to words that I utter. Because I don't want people to run along and say, well, Andrew said that, so it's true, or Andrew said that as a reflection of Dr. Mitchell. That's a reflection of NNP. That's how NNP is thinking. So that one, all I can say at this particular point in time, it brings into question what is NIS. It brings that into question. And can it be challenged by an individual? I don't know. It may be. You just never know the way things are going right now. So I await, and as I said, at the embryonic stage of our conversation this morning, myself and Carl, one of the things that we said, which is most important here, there is a need for some luminaries, not just legal luminaries, but luminaries, education-wise, so to sit.
The labor and all.
You know, labor and so on. People like Chester Humphrey and others, they need to sit and discuss this on a wide scale. This is supposed to be something. I wish that the media houses in Grenada was on a different page and not, yes, there is competition, but not looking at competition per se. But the media houses could have gotten together and say, okay, fine, here is what. We're going to look for 2 or 3 persons within the media, be it print, television, radio, who we believe has that ability to ask the right questions and have a panel before them, a panel of about 5 persons, and have a simultaneous cast on all media houses, television, radio, internet radio, whatever, and have this so that the entire population comes away from it understanding something that has just taken place that is going to affect the entire country. That is what I would like to see.
Okay, I agree with you. But what I'm saying is that the private sector in Grenada, what is in place to protect that sector of people that works for the private sector, that does not have a pension, or not even having something say that they're out for a long-term or short-term disability, and nothing is put in place for them, not because of their fault, but something that happened to them.
Here's something that you need.
What do we have in place?
Yeah, here's something that you need to do so and understand. Again, it speaks to Dr. Keith Claudius Mitchell. The final sentence of that government release that came out yesterday after the ruling, the final sentence here says, government reiterates its commitment to doing right by every sector of the national community.
And not only public workers.
Not only public workers. So you see there that Dr. Mitchell is cognizant of what you're saying. He realizes that, hey, we need to keep everything in place. We need to make sure that we talk this thing through and the best happens for everybody, not just some. Because he said, government reiterates its commitment to doing right by every sector of the national community. So he hasn't forgotten them.
And you know what? In the end, he's gonna do what's right. I trust and believe in him that I know he's gonna do the right thing, because and I'm hoping and praying that Grenadians wake up and give him another term, because man, he has a lot in plan. I listened to him yesterday in the delegation of the housing, and that man has a lot in plan for Grenada. And if Grenadians are so stupid not to re-elect him, they're gonna be losing a lot, because I tell you what, he's the only one that they have in place that can negotiate with the Chinese and do everything that is in the best interest of Grenada. So, Grenadians, wake up. You need to smell the coffee brewing. All right, Mr. Donald, have a great day, man.
How's Tennessee this morning, man?
It's nice and warm here today, man. We're about 65, 70 degrees. So it's not bad at all this morning.
So according to my grandmother, you're in donkey glory, man.
Yes, sir.
Have a nice
All
one.
right, man. Have a great day.
Take care. Carl?
Well put, the guy, and I think in moving forward, and Dr. Kit Mitchell has demonstrated time and time again. Remember, even in times of the discussion of 4%, he also says, hey, I recognize the contribution you're making and you deserve the best. However, other persons who are not public workers ought to be considered in sharing of the cake. And that is why I said to you earlier on, this, what is happening before is legacy 4. And I even try to bring it back to the book to show you how he has been prepared for situations like this. He was built for that. Ivan, MLE, the economy from 2008 and so on. COVID. And now, and that's the legacy of the man. So whether you want to like him or not, to say what you want to ever, he has on his stripes MLE, Ivan, COVID, the economy, and now. So it is not a one-time thing. And one has to start looking at Dr. Kit Mitchell in that light. And what I beg of persons in this pension discourse or discussion, one has to be considerate with all workers of this country and not only public workers. Yes, they deserve it, and I believe that. And should pension be what is being said or what is touted to be, I would be a beneficiary for my service to the public service. However, one has not to trivialize this pension discussion into something political. When we make it political, we trivialize and we does not allow the full discussion. We ought not to discussion the pension issue, have discussion of the pension issue, Andre, with political glasses on. We'll be doing it at disservice. We should not look to profit or make political mileage. Oh, the ruling is XYZ and they have to pay out our money and how they go pay the money. We should see how we as a nation, we as a people, provide for all and sundry. The greater good for the greater number, I should say here. Lives and livelihood. And the New National Party has proven, tried, tested and proven. And that is just one of the other challenges that we as a people should meet full on and deal with. It's not one we could shelve. It's not one we should try to divide and rule and hope to get a forward out of it. As one garbage set of papers start to do already. It's not time for that. It's time for Grenada now. The pension thing should put this thing on spotlight and say, it's Grenada, Andre, not NNP or NDC or whatever. It's Grenada. And how we treat with the issue. Yes, on one hand, we're saying public workers deserve it because they've given their whole life in service to this country. On the other hand, the affordability of the government pause to treat with. So that discussion ought to be open and frank. No hidden agendas. And don't think it's because of Dr. Kit Mitchell and legacy which will try to mess it up as we did with the referendum and others. And Dre, based on the ruling of the court, you see how the referendum, you see how a mess we made of the referendum? Read the Constitution, read the criteria of statutes. So you see, when we fail to make the right decisions, it always comes back to bite us up the backside. And what I learned about melanin man Andre, we always want a kickstart. Why melanin? Why black and chicken always want a kickstart or something to agitate us before we do the right thing? Well, I hope that ruling would bring us into that discussion of harmony and say for country. So all who touting for love of country is now I want to see. It's not the words alone. I want to see the action, Andre. You watch this thing there with a thing. Why are you watching this?
Go on the live. You always go on the live. Go on the live. This is utterly amazing what I've just seen on the live.
Really?
It's utterly amazing what I've just seen on the live. Where I just told you, go on the live. It is just, it's out of this world. I did not believe that I would see something like that from that particular individual on the live at this time. There are a lot of comments on the live. Have you seen it? The last comment on the live? On Facebook? Have you seen it? Not seen it yet?
We start up with Andre and Mr. Miller?
Yes, read it. Read it.
Andre and Mr. Miller. I will do everything possible to ensure that the new National Party remains in office to continue the process.
Yeah. Did you ever expect to hear a statement
From
like
that
that
source?
from that source?
Nah, that blew me away. Shakalak. I had to sit up in my chair.
Now you understand why I was
Yeah,
like very apprehensive. I'm like, and I trust him. Interestingly,
Nah, I trust him.
I trust him.
And that's deep.
Very coming from him. That is deep.
Who just only a few months ago.
Yeah, wanted nothing to do with the NNP. Put it plain, frank, and simple. A few months ago, you talked about NNP, just laugh you and move on. And now he's saying, Andre and Mr. Miller, I will do everything possible to ensure that this NNP party remains in office to continue the process they started. And the person didn't just make the statement, they made the statement and signed their name to it, you know.
That means they co-signing.
No, this is amazing. This is amazing. But I wanted to tell you something. Antonito, right now I can't take on you and this brainless guy. I really actually don't even want to be bothered, Antonito. But let me tell you something. I remember I was telling you about this guy who spoke to me this morning.
Yeah.
And one of the things he said to me, which is really interesting, and he said, Andre, again, people, they should not expect monies to be just rolling down the hill as a result of this ruling. He says, what can happen and what should happen is dialogue. I says, yeah, dialogue is going to take place. Most definitely, he says, also. He says, government ain't had that kind of money to pay that. I say, so what will happen? He says,
not even the change.
Yeah, he says, what government needs to do is to say to the unions, hey, let's negotiate. Let's come up with different packages for different sector of workers. Incentive packages. I say, well, what kind of things? He says, Andre, most people, they build their houses and they spend the 20, 25 years in government paying back for their house. They basically finish paying for the house. He says most of the time, the roof is the problem. The roof is the problem. He says, so government could come into a situation whereby they give concessions.
On roofing material.
On roofing material for these people. So you put it in a package, a retirement package or whatever. Right? He says, so it eases that. So now they can do so and be really under a good roof because they can replace their roof and do whatever. You know, give them that concession package so that they can handle.
And then you force government hand.
Right? He says also, I keep telling you that your government have this wrong. I said, what is he saying? Listen. He says, the man who lives here, he said, and the man travels. He goes and work, and yes, he sends back remittances. You know, he sends back money, you know, to his family members and whatever, and that is good for the economy. He says, but, Andre, that man left you here. And you are the one working to make sure that the island, the country stays afloat. He is out there. He's in a different country. He's building that country. He says, Andre, when the man retires from that country and he decides he's coming home, he can bring every little thing that he wants and he gets concessions.
Yes.
As a returning national. I say, yeah, but that's a good thing. He says, I believe it's a good thing. He says, Andre, what about you?
Who been here?
You were here. You worked all the years to make sure the country stayed afloat. You went through all the hurricanes and all the storms. He didn't go through it. And when you retire, you just go home. He says they should afford you some concessions and some things also. China, that was early this morning, Katie, and that man had me just tripping. I'm like, wow, that one is an interesting one. That one is a seriously interesting one. But again, he says that all this should be discussion. He said the union should be bringing these things and say, hey, government, how about this? How about this? Can you give us this? You know, what would it cost for you to give us this?
Vehicles concession.
Yeah, well, you know, different things. Just, you know, identify different things. And he says, sit down on the table and put together different packages. He says, when you do that, you see, tell your boy, when he does that,
yeah, win-win for all.
It's a win-win for everybody. And I'm like, wow.
He's a nationalist.
Seriously. And as I said to you, he's not, I don't know if he's ever voted for NNP per se, but he's not the vocal person who will go out there who you will hear saying, Keith Mitchell is the boss. Where? If you do so, and you say that, he might say, why don't you shut up? But he's someone, Carl, who understands. Good morning.
Good morning to you, sir.
Mr. Bridgman.
And good morning to Mr. Keaton.
Morning, Mr. Bridgie.
Very, very, very nice topic this morning. Very nice conversation. I sort of feeling touched with what you just said, Mr. Andre. Because I think it is so...
Those weren't my words. I just repeating the words of somebody else.
From somebody.
Yeah.
But they are so touching. But if you remember, in the end of the message that the government sent out, they actually say that they say government have to sit with the unions, which means the government is taking responsibility for sitting with the union to come up with package, to come up with ideas and understanding. I will want to know, just like how the government put out their part of it, no. I will want to hear the other part put out by the political parties that are fighting election now, what they will do, how they see it. Because remember, this is not an NMP situation. As you just said, Mr. Keaton just said, it's not an NMP situation. NMP didn't bring it. NDC didn't bring it. GLP didn't bring it. All have come short of it. Everybody had it. Today, people, the majority of people in Grenada depends on NIS pension to make to live by when they get old. And in a lot of cases, what you get from NIS can't help you to live properly. Most people that get a pension from NIS have to find a next job to keep them alive. So it's a situation where nobody should be rejoicing. I saw, hear some of the unions taking it as a battle where we hope that they go hear what they go say in the campaign or what. This is not a campaign situation. Let's take out campaigning from that. Because it is a situation where Grenada, whatever money that is spent, have to come from Grenada. It's Grenada. So if Keith Mitchell out of power tomorrow and the other Mitchell is in, or somebody else is in, that money still has to come from Grenada. So it's not a Keith Mitchell situation. So let us not get down to this thing. Are you hearing it? Well, I want to see what Keith Mitchell will do now. Keith Mitchell was the only person that make a stand on it. And he has said, it is written, that we will do everything in our power. That is the words coming from him. If he change now, sorry for him. He and the party will go down unblessed. But he's saying that he hold to it. But he waited on the written document. And as what you read there, This thing is not easy to complicate, to understand. It is complicated. The whole judgment there is complicated. I am certain that a lot of lawyers finding problem now in really putting together what the judge and them have said. I am certain. Any lawyer who could come out plain and tell you everything that is there, what the judge said, they lie. It is complicated. You hear you start talking about whether NIS is legal and whatnot. The NMP have said, whatever you have to get from NIS, we will back it up. So which means that the government accept NMP, NIS, and will do everything with NIS. They have said that they will back it up. For that matter, the Prime Minister say, take what you are getting now, and if you win your case, you will have something more to collect. So he can't duck from it now. He cannot duck from it now at all. I don't think he intends to duck from it. It is a hard road to travel. And remember, we're not only talking about those who have to get now, That's a continuation thing, My grandchild who hasn't started work yet, that is a preparation for him, That's not for those we kids have to find that money. It's not a money that to find now, It's a continuous money. In other words, the statement from the lawyer, from the judge is saying that NIS or whatever organization should never stop a man from getting his pension, and I totally agree. Too much people leave work, go home much more broken than they start. And to a lot of organizations, very few organizations pay their workers good when they go home. And NAWASA, electricity department, and a few. Otherwise, other people catch the hell when they go home, while they work for. The hell, and they was used in all ways. And I could say that openly, lots of us was used in all ways by our employers, and we go home with nothing. With nothing. Our employers treat us very, very bad. So that is a stepping stone to say no. Employers, not only the government, private sector employers treat you workers good.
All right.
Thank you.
Thank you, sir. Good. 91.9, 91.5, www.realfmgrenada.com. The time has now moved on to 13 minutes, and that is before the 9 o'clock hour. At 9 o'clock this morning, we should be having, is it the Western Division? I think it is the Western Division this morning. Should be. They should be here. Outside of that, we've got great music for you, as always, on your favorite radio station. That is The Real 91.9, 91.5, www.realfmgrenada.com. Carl Caton, good morning once again, and thank you so very much.
Yeah, Dre, in that whole discussion, I don't want us to bring this thing into an animal farm syndrome.
We shouldn't.
Where we say in public workers, yes, they have a fundamental right to pension, and forget the other persons who, as you so eloquently put forward, the development of the building up of the country was not rested on the shoulders only on public workers, but workers in general. So yes, we beating up with, as Cliff was saying, where kid go get money to think that. So he looking like they feel it's a one-off payment. This thing is not a one-off payment. It has implications going forward. And how do we treat with the fact that, okay, yes, public workers, what about the other workers, the construction workers? He made mention of workers like NAWAS and others. You have to consider the whole thing. You cannot tunnel vision this thing in. This is an open discussion that we as a people need to have, honestly and frank, and not try to get forward and political mileage and so on out of it.
You got a caller. Good morning.
Hello, good morning. It's me, Jumsing.
Hey.
I didn't know to tell you about your body, so I want to sing like a happy birthday for you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, happy birthday. Happy birthday to you. May the good Lord bless you. May the good Lord bless you. May the good Lord bless and keep you. May the good Lord bless you.
Well, thank you very much. Thank you.
Have a nice day.
When fair to cook drumsticks, cooking it, see? And cooking saltfish.
Yes, we're gonna to it today.
All right, so I ain't feel to get.
Welcome for it.
Nope. I don't want no saltfish on drumsticks.
Okay then.
Have a nice day, love.
Oh, bye.
Good, bye-bye. 10 minutes now before the top call.
What's up? What see you?
Grenada is a beautiful place.
Yes.
And Grenada is fortunate that this ruling at this particular point in time came at this time when somebody who has the guts and the gumption and the substance to so handle
everything happening in the fullness of
time. You know, I could understand why public workers will be jumping up now twofold. One, they're happy that yes, basically the workings has started for the reinstatement of their pension. They're happy, and they should be. But they are also happy that the person charged with the responsibility to ensure it happens is Dr.
I'm married a track record of getting it done. But Clifford said something instructive, Andre, when he mentioned the fact that some persons are saying they want to see how the NNP will go forward in its campaign through the election. I want to see how the main opposition treat with that particular issue also.
Tell them put it on their list and say on the manifesto and say we will do that.
I want to see how they go treat it. So in the same breath,
if
they waiting with bated breath for NNP to treat with. So that shows it's a matter of national interest.
Of course. Good morning. How are you doing?
Hey, good morning, Brother Andrew. Good morning, Brother Charles. Hey, brother, yesterday.
Hello?
Housing project.
Hello?
Speak up, sir.
Yeah. I think yesterday.
Don't listen to your radio. Listen to us something.
Okay, this one. Yeah. Hello?
Yes.
Yeah, I think yesterday evening we have the handover ceremony of the housing scheme in Bushejo. It was a successful event, and I want to see again. See, this government believe in helping better the living condition of people. And they say that everybody, among the people that make people to get houses, everybody will not get. But those in the constituency, they remember that some people they may be battered and they may have to leave the home. You always have to leave room for these people. All right, so it was a successful event yesterday evening, and they say there is more to come, expecting more to come, because while some government giving away, but we, the NNP government, the building houses for the greater people, greater people. I want to see concerning the pension. This government always say they will fulfill the commitment of the pension. They never say they will not do it. And I always say, I know a lot of people vote in election because and they are pissed. They are smiling and they will get back pay. They will get whatsoever deserved to them. Because remember 2008 to 2013, nothing, they didn't receive nothing because they know this NDC government, they are nothing to get. But when NNP, they're expecting to receive something. Because this is a government, and I receive.
All right, you're breaking up quite a lot, caller, and I'm really sorry about that. But I'd just like to let you, those of you who know that you want to make the WhatsApp calls, ensure that you have strong signal where you are. That is of paramount importance. If you don't have strong signal, then we're gonna have breaking up, and then what will happen is that we will have to do so and cut you short. So that is not a good thing for us to have to cut you short. So ensure that you have really proper signal before you engage in a social platform call. All right? Do we have? Yeah, man. We have a thing burning inside. Like what? Calculated. It's again, as I say, a happy time for Grenada, and congratulations, Grenada. You've done it all. No, that's not our call. So what do you do for the rest of the day, bro? It's just about 5 minutes too.
Me and you have to.
I know.
Yeah. And then if you have time, just spend some time having a further discussion on the pension issues, because we have to bring pertinent information to the nation, because we know a lot of people rely on getting the information from Real FM. So we cannot do nothing less or be of less help.
I know for a fact that that a lot of people would have been waiting to hear what angle we would have taken this morning.
Yes.
You know, but we are a responsible team.
Yes.
And this is not about, you know, Monday morning quarterbacking. This is not
and
about
about
that.
woulda, shoulda, coulda. We face the issues head on. And like I want to reiterate again, Dre, this is the only administration in the history of this country that put action towards in terms of pension. Persons who are now making a whole heap of noise, persons who even represented the union in that matter were in position by criteria of statute in government so to treat with, and they never saw it fit to treat with. So now jumping up and make noise don't making sense. Because what did you do when you had the opportunity so to do? What did you do? And we are here to cut all spindry, cut all the bull as it relates to pension, because people running and giving their own narrative to what is going on, and we need to get to the crux of the matter, the pit and substance of the discussion. And it's a Grenada issue. It's not a Andre Donald or Carl Keaton issue. It's not a Kit Mitchell issue. It's not we want to see what he go do. What I want to see how we as a people treat with a matter of that magnitude. And the NNP is well placed. One, stability. The team of persons, Dre, to treat with. And the NNP has not shocked its responsibility and look to Monday morning quarterback. As soon as that happens, they put out something assuring the people, yes, we will respect the decision of the court. However, we have to have some discussion going forward. However, we need to understand the full context of the ruling. Then we'll engage the union to see the way forward. So it has not shocked no responsibility of bury head in the sand or contrary to what some people want happen. What NNP recognize, yes, we have to treat with. And what is instructive to note, to end. You see, all. You didn't say, okay, we go look to treat with the public workers alone, and then. It's 2 steps ahead. It's treating with the situation. What good for the goose, good for the gander, as they say. So you don't want to give a fault to public workers alone and the other person doing nothing. So the implications with that ruling, Andre, is so important. And like I say, it's a legacy for the Prime Minister. And a lot of people can bear for that to happen. So that is why they're thinking. But you have to give the man his due reward and accolades as it relates to that. And again, the Ancient of Days say he will put people in position, and he has put the Right Honorable Dr. Kit Mitchell in position to treat with. And even the union know, with he at the helm, something go work out, you know. And they can't see that for other people around, you know. And then people have to understand what is up there. Don't let them come with this thing and see what we want to see now. You have to understand. You have the right man in place. I say no more, Andre.
I have, you know, I have 2 children, yeah?
Yes. You have 2 biological children.
Well, yeah.
Because a lot of more people see you as a father. So don't trivialize it. Don't make them feel.
The younger of the 2, I believe she did politics.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I believe younger of the 2. But the elder, the boy, he makes some statements sometimes, Carl, that was like, wow.
Some Einstein moment.
Yeah, I believe that he's the one that might end up in politics, you know. Yeah. Here's a statement he made. Most companies out here, because he's in the US, of course, most companies out here in the US don't even offer pension plans anymore. It's either you pay into what is called the 401k plan, And they should, so he's saying they, meaning Grenadians, should be glad the boss working on something for them now.
Yeah, they should be proud.
And he doesn't speak to politics all the time. He's not one of those who is into. I guess he's probably leaving it for his sister, but he has have his Einstein moments. And he's saying that, hey, most companies in the US, 401k, you pay into that or you get nothing. Grenadians, be happy.
What happened to you?
Your partner, man, he's starring these days. Maxine Belfon.
Zico.
That's his name, Zico?
Yeah, you say Zico in Fubaras Max.
It's about time for us to wrap it up. But we're going to take this call and give him 5 seconds. Morning. Hello?
Hello, good morning.
You have 5 seconds, go ahead.
Yeah, can you give me Nawasa in St. George's telephone number, please?
Nawasa in St. George's telephone number. Hold on, sir. Let me see if I can quickly find that number for you. Nawasa in St. George's telephone number. Is it? It's 440-2155. You got that?
Yes, sir. Thank you.
440-2155.
440-2155.
Yes, sir.
Thank you.
Okay, bye-bye. Carl?
Yeah, but we have to on the extension Friday we have to spend a little more time with that issue. Among others, the pension issue.
Man, let me invite Mitchell to come and talk about it. I'm afraid, man.
Nah, how I could trade.
Right, so invite
how I could trade the best thing since sliced bread.
Oh yeah, is he? Anyway, goodbye, friends. God bless you. Take care and have a wonderful Wednesday.
Yeah, true.
Triple N. Informative, entertaining, and first. Every hour on the hour.